Excellencies, gentlemen, and distinguished guests, Arab Business Club members, our invited guest who's coming from UAE, but also I would like to thank the people who's coming from around the world, from Europe and from other parts. Our guest speakers, thank you for coming and thank you for giving our members the chance to listen to what you have to say, to learn from your experience, and also to see what they can do, discuss with you your vision. I would like to talk a little bit about Arab Business Club. I'm sure most of you guys, you know what we do, but I want to say that you here, there's so much opportunities to learn from each other. There's so much opportunities to do business. The way we see to you, actually we chose to make sure that you benefit from everyone next to you. Some of you has friends where we seated them in different tables. We do it for a reason. The reason is we don't want you to come here to actually meet friends. We want you to come here to meet new friends. We want you to come here to actually benefit yourself, benefit the economy, and make a business. Right now, in each table, there's investment bankers, there's investment companies, there's companies with millions, there's investment agency from different countries, there's investment agencies from different countries. You will see starting from Indonesia to Malaysia to so many parts. I'm sorry if I don't actually say your country, but there's so many people here that they are ready. People with money, there's bankers, there's people with business here. You have your business, you have to meet your colleague. You have to meet the person next to you. We gave you the names there. Each name has a digit next to you, so you know who you want to talk to. You have his company. So after our speech, after you start question and answer, please go meet them. You know, maybe you are going to strike the next 1 million, or as Abu Dhabi Exchange, they talk about billions, so 1 billion deal in this room. Emirates MBD, they are the largest here, so I'm sure that so many of you want to learn how they are doing this. They want to learn how you can benefit from their success. And also maybe you want to take some loans from them if they have some money, right? I have some of our investment agencies who has lots of opportunities on their countries. We are not looking to invest here only. We are looking to take you to invest outside the Arab world. There's lots of investment opportunities. You will see it in our magazine. Our June magazine, we actually decided to add more investment pages. I think you will have 6 pages of opportunities around the world. Again, our members are getting these opportunities, and I would like to welcome any of our members who has opportunities to actually share it with us so we can benefit all of us. I'm going to today to have a raffle draw where one of the corporate, I'm not going to give it to personal people, but one of the corporate will win a 3-month advertisement in our magazine. So I hope Arab Business Club will win this because we really need it, but again, we cannot win it. The other thing, there is, for the subscription of the magazine, if you are not receiving this, you can subscribe for it. We are going to give hotel stay in Shangri-La and dinners and things like this for the people who subscribe here. The people who receive it already, they know the magazine is actually informative. It has lots of information that you needed. The last thing, we actually talking to lots of banks where our members can get facilities. We can talk about 5 million to 15 million dirhams. We can help our members. If you are 2 years old or more, we can actually help you to get financing, loans, or credit, whatever you need from certain banks. We are working with them right now, and I think the bankers here, they can even promote their banks more. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time to actually come here. And me and Arab Business Club, we actually appreciate this. I hope we'll see you in Romania, because you will see the interesting event we have on the 21st in Romania, right? 21st? 22nd, sorry. Your airline is... So 22nd in Romania, and I would like also to tell you that we are having a huge iftar party. You have to register in advance, because we would like to invite everybody to try the Islamic iftar, but also you enjoy the iftar. You are Muslim or non-Muslim, you have to come and see Arab Business Club iftar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Hamdan, for the warm welcome and informative speech. I would like to give you a small introduction on our next speaker, His Excellency Rashid Al-Balushi, Chief Executive of Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange. Mr. Balushi joined ADX in April 2000, where he played an instrumental role in establishing the exchange in November of the year 2000. Mr. Rashid started his career with ADX as manager of Clearing, Settlement, Depository and Registry Department. Prior to joining ADX, Mr. Rashid was head of Registrar and Depository at the Saadiyat Free Authority. Mr. Al-Balushi holds an MBA from the UAE University and a Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems from Benedict College, Columbia, South Carolina. I would now like to welcome Mr. Al-Balushi to come and speak for us.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First, I have to thank Hamdan for inviting me in such an event. Honestly, this is my first time. I did not expect the people that I'm meeting, but it is my honor today to talk about Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange and talk about the strategy. Inshallah, in the next 10 minutes, I'll try to cover the strategy. But before going to the strategy, we have to talk about the millions that Hamdan mentioned earlier. The vision of the market is to become the market of choice in the region, with a mission to develop the market in UAE in a lawful environment that ensures integrity, transparency, and disclosure. And from that vision, before we go to the strategy, I'll just show the numbers, and then we're going to go to the strategy to make a full sense of the strategy. In the market as of 2011, we are dealing with, or there are 69 listed securities. Three of them are dual listed from foreign companies. We have one ETF and one convertible bond. And when it comes to the licensed brokers, we see as of the end of 2011, we are dealing with 53 licensed brokers. The number is going down. At 2007, it went up to 97 brokers. But thanks God, the number shrank down, and we are concentrating on the quality instead of the quantity of the brokerage firms. The index, as you see, it went up in 2005. It had a radical change till it got to 2005. And at that time, we had the first crisis, went down by 42%. Then again, went up by 52%. And since then, it keeps going down almost. And 2012, year to date, we're talking about 2% up. The market cap, again, it went down, and at the end of 2011, we're talking about 261 billion dirhams. 2005 was the best time for us, and we were ranked the second. At that year, and sometimes we were the second biggest market cap in the Middle East. In terms of number of investors we have, till the end of 2011, there are 905,000 investors recorded in our system. We don't deal with omnibus accounts, we deal with records. So the total numbers are 9,005, whereas 62% are locals and the remaining are non-locals. One of the weaknesses I mentioned here, because it's going to help us in the strategy, is when we divide the investors, we see out of 905,000, less than 4,000 institutional, and the remaining are individuals, retailers. This is not good for the market. In one sense, it is good because they are speculators, but at the time like now, when you don't see liquidity, they don't interfere. Normally, at the time like now, what is noticed, the institutional investors, they are the ones who take the first step. followed by the retailer investors. Now we're going to go into the strategy, but before we jump into the strategy, I just want to say the base, discuss the base of the strategy. As you may know, in 2007, Abu Dhabi announced their vision, Abu Dhabi's vision. And that vision had 5 main dimensions: the infrastructure, social development, and one of them is the economic development. That was one of the dimensions of Abu Dhabi vision. Then from there, Abu Dhabi Economic Vision 2030 was driven. It has its own vision, which is very clear, its own priorities, and it has 7 different policy areas. One of those policy areas is the pillar for the market to build its strategy on. So it is a component of the organizations in Abu Dhabi that would, when we achieve those visions, we're going to reach to the vision of Abu Dhabi 2030. So based on that economic vision, we want to make Abu Dhabi as a regional hub for the capital market. The question is, can we do that? 3 months ago, if somebody noticed, there's an index, global markets center indices. They already announced Abu Dhabi to be ranked number 49. And if we look, 49 out of 77, without the real or the strong effort of reaching to that, we did not work as much as others, and we get to 49. That means we could easily, if we start tuning up things into the government, into the economy, into the policy, into minor tuning up, we could easily reach and go up out of the 49. That means we could easily be a market of choice and be the regional hub. But how to get there? As a market, we start building our strategy on 3 main pillars. The first one is the institutional investors. As we have seen, we have a lack of institutional investors. So we would like to encourage the business of the institutional investors. And there's so many ways we could do that. Mainly, we have to coordinate with the big institutional which are available in Abu Dhabi, like the pension funds or the huge or the big financial funds. And through that, we could encourage them to participate more into the market. As a result, if we could do that, we could, 1, increase the liquidity, 2, attract more foreign institutional investors, and this is what we are trying to do and reach into the market. The second pillar is improving the practice of the market itself. This is controlled directly by our market, by first trying to establish the best practice in terms of the legal framework. Today, all the legal issues are not magic. We just have to go and get what is suitable for us and modify it in a way that it would help and serve our community as a financial community. To improve the market services, this is what we are trying to do day after day. For example, last week we signed an agreement with Nasdaq OMX to replace our trading system. We are working hard to provide e-services to the clients that we deal with. So the result of this, we try to make the life of the stakeholders that they deal with the market easier. The third pillar is the diversification of the financial instruments. As you know, today, all of our availability into the market is only equity, but we see a bond market which is very attractive. So we would like to encourage more of those bond markets to be issued into our market, and we would like to strengthen to the ETF that we already established, try to see more and more of those financial instruments available, and diversify it to the way that we make it available to the different investors. Very brief, this is about the strategy, and I would like to thank you again for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. Balushi, for that warm speech. I would like now to introduce to you our third speaker, Mr. Rick Pudner, the CEO of Emirates NBD. Previously long career with HSBC, with recent positions of President and CEO HSBC Korea, Head of Corporate Banking HSBC Middle East, Chairman of Foreign Investors, Advisory Council of Mayor of Seoul. Mr. Pudner is a director in Emirates Fund Manager Jersey Limited and a founder member of Visa CEMEA Advisory Forum.